good evening, everyone. Well, we got three people in the building. Ed Waria Douglas. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate you. Edwinia. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. If I'm not, I apologize. What we got in the building? We got four. My light on the back. My accent light. I had to turn on my lights. All right, Latifia Price from the Netherlands. Oh my goodness! Wow. Thank you so much, Latifia Price, for tuning in. What time is it there in the Netherlands, if you don't mind me asking? And also, Edward Neal Douglas, where are you coming in from? The Netherlands. Wow. I must be saying some good things. All right, Taj the Great One. Hello, Taj. How are you doing? Thank you so much for chiming in, tuning in. Let's see, we got 9 in the building. We can we'll go ahead and get started in a few more minutes. Latifah said 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, I'm going to try and give you a good show, Latifah, because I realize how late it is over there. So that's like a 7-hour time difference. Yeah. All righty. So we're going to go ahead and get started. First of all, as always, just want to thank everyone for tuning in. Let's see. Let me get to this. Rebecca says, I can't get a married man to leave me alone. Should I tell his wife? Wow. I don't know. Who is that? Rebecca Reading? Is it Reading? Rebecca, you must have ESPN. I'm sorry, not ESPN, ESP, because that was the main talking point that I was going to discuss tonight. Married men. So it's amazing that you sent the chat during that time. But once again, thank you everyone for tuning in tonight. I really appreciate it. There's so many other things that you could be doing tonight, but yet you took the time to log into my YouTube live, and for that, once again, I say thank you. I'm a very, very humble person. I appreciate when people do things that they don't have to do. So many other things you could be doing tonight, but as I said, you took the time out to tune into my YouTube live, and for that I say thank you. So tonight you can call in as always. We can talk, discuss pretty much anything that you like to discuss, no matter what the topic is. But the main topic that I was going to talk about tonight was married men and the internet. And let me go back. Who was that? Rebecca Redding. She basically stole the thunder. Maybe she read my mind. And thank you for the people who are saying thumbs up the video. Thank you so much. I got 2 videos that should be coming out either later on tonight or sometime tomorrow. One is dealing with some email, an email that was sent to me concerning a lady who met this guy, and he poured on the charm in the initial stages, and then he basically turned into a different person. So I'm going to drop that video hopefully tonight or early in the morning. And then the next one, shout out to Niz, one of my faithful viewers and people who persons who compliment or comment in my comment section on the video. She sent me an Instagram link concerning a lady who went out on a date with a man. And so the man, well, I mean, this is probably something you've seen already. So you know when old folks get something, you know we're late. Well, you may have seen it, may not. But anyway, she went out on a date with this man. The man asked her to go back to her place. She declined his offer, saying it's too early in the relationship. She said that, she barely knows him. And he said, well, you better find the best way you can to get home, because I'm not taking you home. You're going to walk. And hopefully we'll have time to discuss that tonight. But one of the main things I feel where the young lady made the mistake is where I always talk about in the initial dating phase. I always encourage ladies to understand that you should be setting the time, the location, and the day of the date, and you should meet the man there. Do not allow him to pick you up. Take your own vehicle, meet him there, or if you don't have a vehicle, choose a place that's close to whatever part of the city you live in, and either take an Uber or a taxi or have your friend drop you off. But when you get into a car with a man and this is the first date, see, you absolutely know nothing about him other than it's a man that, you may be attracted to. And once again, if you are attracted to the man, nothing wrong with that. But you absolutely know nothing about him, nothing. So, when we throw out that line, okay, the date is set up. We say, okay, I'll pick you up at 8. You need to pump the brakes and say, hold up, homeboy. Okay, I'll meet you there at 8, or I'll see you there at 8. Because in today's climate, you got to think about your safety. You got to think of, you just don't know. You can't afford to take that chance. And safety, that's just one of the things. But this particular guy, I'm pretty sure you saw the Instagram live video. Oh, he was all about sex. All about sex. All right, let's get to some of the comments. Lady Ray said, my mom always said carry money for a taxi and pay phone. Obviously, dated information. Yep. Janae, thank you so much for tuning in, Janae. She says, it's imperative he does not know where you live. That is so true, Janae. So true. You can't reveal those things to men. No, not as Janae articulated, especially in the initial stages. You can't do that. I don't care how attracted you are to him. No. So that Instagram video was very, very, I wouldn't say it was shocking, because, nothing new under the sun. Guys were doing that back in my day. That's old. But what I want you ladies to understand is he set that up that way. There's some men that they just expect, just because you went out on a date with them, that you should have sex with them when they want it. And it also lets me know that the man, he's been doing that a long time. So men, so yes, ladies, there are some men out there that will get upset and tell you, get home the best way you can. I don't want to see that happen. All right, so let me just go through the line once again. All right, somebody says, good morning. I'm in the military watching you from Guam. My goodness. So we got the Netherlands, we got Guam. Oh, man, we got the States. We got Tanita, Miss Parks. How do you avoid losing your insanity when it comes to dating with all this toxicity? Ms. Parks, I promise you, you would not go insane if you got your vetting process in order. There's no way you're going to go insane. Because see, when you got your vetting process in order, when you got your steps from A to Z, how to weed out the knuckleheads, the a-holes, the F-boys, how to weed them out and exalt and elevate the good men. Once you get that in place, you're going to have peace. Trust me, it's not going to be insanity. You're going to have peace. But I think there's so many women out there who do not have a clue where to start with the vetting process. Don't have a clue. That's just me. I'm not saying I'm right. But you have to have something in place because these men today, they are not playing any games. That book right there, you get that book that's on the screen, it'll give you a perfect blueprint because if you look at the title, I use the word train because I'm a firm believer with men, you got to train us. And you are a woman, you are perfectly suited to train us. Why are you perfectly suited? Because we're going to follow your lead. We take pride in pleasing you. We take pride knowing that our woman is well taken care of. We take pride in knowing that our woman trusts us. We take pride in knowing that our woman is in our corner. Now, that it's an art. It's a fine art. And I think if more women were aware of that, a lot of these headaches, things of that nature, as Ms. Parks just articulated, the insanity, it would be more peace. All right, Lady Ray is in the building. Thank you so much, Lady Ray. I think we've all made mistakes in getting picked up for a date. Yes, yes, yes. And listen, I know that there are some women who your thought process, may be that I just believe in chivalry. And there are some chivalrous men. But how can you tell in the beginning stages? That's all I'm saying. There are plenty of good men out there. But how can you tell when you just met him? Because we're all men, we're going to present ourselves as perfect gentlemen. We're all going to present ourselves as angels that just fell straight out of heaven. That's what we do. That's what F-boys do. That's why they're so successful. That's why pickup artists are so successful. That's why the dogs and the players, that's why they're so successful. Because they know how to masquerade who they really are. And that's why that vetting process has to be in place. Because there are some men out there, all they need is 3 minutes of your time and they will sell you a dream. And that dream sounds so good. The next thing you know, sometimes, ladies, you'll be wrapped around their finger. So Sabrina Rivera says, good afternoon, love your show. Thank you so much, Sabrina. I appreciate that. Somebody said, you are right. Taj the Great One said, women have most of the power, but just don't know how to use it or give it. Oh, my goodness. Taj, I'm going to get you on as a co-host, or you start your own show. You know what, ladies, sometimes I really wonder. And I'm going to tell you something. All men, don't get me wrong, not just myself as a man, but men, we wonder. How do I know this? Because men, we have conversations. We talk. Of course, men talk. And this is one of the things that we talk about, what Taj the Great One just brought up. And we ask ourselves, boy, if them women only knew. If the women only knew the power that you have, man, you could bring the world down to its knees. Let me tell you something. We know what's going on in Russia and Ukraine right now. We know what's going on, okay? And we know what could happen as a result. It could be WW3. All right. Know what else could cause WW3? World War III? If somebody could drop a bomb, or somebody could, if from a hypothetical point, if somebody could drop a bomb and that bomb wipes out every woman on the planet except one. There's only one woman left on this planet. That's it. One woman left on this planet. And the rest of everybody is men. World War III is about to go down. What you mean, Pops? World War III, men, we getting ready to fight over who's going to have that one woman who's left on this earth. That's World War III right there, I guarantee you. Because all of our natural instincts to pass on our genes are going to come out. We pulling out blades. We're going to pull out assault rifles. We're pulling out tanks. It's going to be every man for himself. The fight over who is going to have that one woman who's left on this earth. That's the power right there. It's going to be, you talking about some bombs being dropped. Oh my goodness. Because there's only one left. Ladies, look, let me tell you something. I know I'm getting off topic. All right, I'm a 1970s baby. It was so common in my day, 1970s, early 80s. It was so common for men physically with our fist to fight over a girl. Oh, Lord have mercy. That was common. I mean, boys, fought tooth and nail. Man, Delilah for me. No, bruh, Delilah, that's my girl. That's going to be my woman. And nobody was kicking it with her. We just fighting over the rights to even try and sit on her porch to talk with her. Say, man, didn't I tell you I ain't want to see you by Delilah house no more, bruh? Nah, man, Delilah. Man, that was common. That's why back in my day, you knew if two guys had a fight, number one, it's probably over a girl. Number two, money. But 9 times out of 10, it was over a female. That was common. And I'm not talking about your girlfriend. No, I'm not even talking about your girlfriend. I'm talking about the one that you're sweet on and the other guy's sweet on. And all Delilah doing is just sitting back. She ain't saying one word. Because that's that female leverage. But see now, supply and demand. Well, we've all taken free enterprise. See, everything right now, men are having their cake and eating it too. Why? It's too many women. You're just making things too easy for a man to walk in your life. He just walked in straight in your front door and sitting on your couch. And you bought him a whole platter of food or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? It's some of you are just making it too easy. You met him on Monday. Now you're going out on a date with him Friday. Oh, hell no. You absolutely know nothing about him. And see, let me tell you later something. See, anything that moves fast in the relationship, it benefits us because that's what we want. We want to press that gas pedal to the floor and make things go fast. See, the faster it goes, the more it benefits us because we love that fast lane. Why we love the fast lane? Because we trying to take your panties off fast as possible. We trying to take your panties off as fast as possible. So yeah, we love that fast lane, but like I said, we're not gonna we're gonna be quiet, and we're just gonna hope you don't notice that we doing 200 miles an hour, and you don't say slam on them brakes. We ain't slamming on no brakes. For what? No, indeed. All right, let me stop. Y'all looking at me. All right, let's get to the comments. Also, let the man drive off before you when you leave the establishment. Ooh, she dropping some game tonight. Janae, you in the zone tonight, young lady. Yes, sir. All right, somebody says safety first, so why can't they believe? Okay, so why can't they behave without our help? I'm having a hard problem understanding that question. Could you rephrase it? All right. Somebody said, why should I have to train a man who wants me? Show already should know what to do. Nope, it doesn't work like that. Nope. Nah, let me give you credit. A man does know what to do. Trust me. Yeah, he knows what to do. But why should he do it if the front door is wide open? If there's no vetting process? You are correct. A man should know what to do, and we do know what to do. But to me, we're living in a world where everything is just going so fast, moving so fast, making hasty decisions without thinking, making hasty decisions without weighing the pros and the cons, and just going with what our flesh tells us. These eyes will play tricks on us, and we'll look at somebody and say, ooh, that's a fine woman, or ooh, that's a fine man. And we don't, as I said earlier, we don't weigh the pros and cons. We don't find out enough about that person. Next thing you know, we're in a situation that, and a lot of times, is not to our benefit. All right. I personally don't believe all men are bad. True. Use your discernment. Vet every man you meet. All right. So we got some excellent comments. Excellent comments. I think I know how Tanita feels because it seems that so many men out there, young and old, are so driven for sex that they put on a mask in order to manipulate women into giving it up. Okay, so I'm guessing Tanita is the name of the girl on the Instagram video. Somebody help me out with that. But yeah, Miss Noel, that's a great point. When you talk about young men and old men driven for sex. And as I always say, you young ladies, you got to be very careful. The latest, you're in your early 20s, mid-20s or whatnot, you're dealing with men in their sexual peak. In their sexual peak, very few men in that age category, I would say from the age of 18, I would say to the age of 26, that are really in their sexual prime. Very few of those men are mentally strong enough to harass or harness their drive to have sex and commit to one woman. It can be done, no doubt about it. Yes, it can be done. But in my estimation, very few men in that age category are mentally, because that's what it all is, it's mental, are mentally strong enough to harness that sexual desire that they have that's burning beneath them to commit to one woman. All right, good things are worth waiting for. Yes, they are. I'll date even in these dating conditions. I have better vetting process, and my intuition will be my driving force to help me. Excellent. Yes, excellent. So, again, are there good men out there? Plenty. Plenty. A lot. But if you have your vetting process in order, it shouldn't be stressful. This shouldn't be a stressful thing. In fact, it should be, from the way I see it from a woman's perspective, it should be something that a woman is taking pride in, as far as her exuding her femininity and letting the man put his best foot forward to show that he's even worthy to date her. I think the last show I was on, I think that was Monday, I talked about the definition of dating. It seems like we've taken that definition of dating, and dating now means, basically, the man and the woman are in a committed relationship, and you're doing things that a married couple would be doing, but nothing is on paper. Nothing is official. That's the way I see it as far as dating. And so if that's going on, a lot of men are looking at that and saying, so what's the incentive of me marrying you and putting on paper when we're doing everything that a husband and wife do right now? So a lot of that has to do with what we were talking about earlier. Both people have to be on the same page. And men are not turning down sex. That ain't happening. That is not happening. On some rare occasions, maybe, but it's got to be a very, very, very specific reason. But just turning down sex, nope. All right, what we got? 16 in the building. Phone lines are open. If anybody wants to call in, what's tonight? Thursday. I wrote my vetting process down. Is that serious? Yeah, write it down. There you go. It got to be serious. And I'm glad to see Janae is taking it serious. You can't just let these jokers just walk out, just walk into your face and get your phone number within 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes. Well, what if I never see him again? See, that's where you ladies get it wrong. You don't understand men's behavior. We will find you. Are you, what? Man, we'll hunt you down in a good way. I got a phone call, hold on. Hello, caller, how are you doing this evening?
Hey, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing good. Who do I have the pleasure of speaking with tonight?
I think I want my name to be Dallas.
All right. Dallas, how you doing tonight, Dallas?
I'm doing well. I have a question. It's kind of off topic, but
Go ahead.
I would just like something. Okay, and I'm gonna be straight up with you because we grown. So I haven't had sex in 5 years. It's coming up on the 5th year, I think, like in August. And like, I'm ready to do it. But I don't like. I want to find somebody, but I don't want them to be like, "Oh, this just a woman I can have sex with." Um, I just, how do I go about that? But in a classy way, if there is a such thing as being classy, but really just, I'm human. I can't take it no more. It's been too long.
Yeah.
But I just don't want to be like a hoe in these streets.
Yeah.
But I do want to find me somebody because the world's starting to open back up.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Well, Dallas, let me help you out on something. First of all, I want to commend you on being celibate for 5 years. Let me tell you something. That takes a lot of that takes a lot of discipline. That takes a lot of discipline. Now, I don't know the first thing about being a woman, but I know for a man to even go 5 months, 5 weeks, in some cases 5 days. I'm being real with you. I'm being real. And I just want to tell you, first of all, I admire your discipline. Now, the second thing is, I want to ask you a question to make sure I understand your situation. Are you saying you want a man you want to be in a relationship with a man, possible marriage, and you have sex with him? Or are you saying you want a man to hook up with?
So where I'm at in my life right now, I want me somebody that I can have sex with maybe 2 times a month or maybe 3 times a month. And if I'm in an emergency or maybe I need a help with a bill here and there, that he'll be there for me. But I don't know, maybe not saying the right thing. I just don't have the relationship in me right now. I don't want to deal with that. I'm happy. I have been in bad relationships in the past, and I'm just trying to focus on me. I don't really want no man interfering. I don't really care about, and I'm not trying to sound rude, but I'm not trying to get all like caring about somebody else's feelings and stuff like that. I'm not going to disrespect them, but I don't want to change who I am, and I don't want nobody to change who they are. I just want something mutual, and you can help out with some bills from time to time. But I'm not trying to deal with no relationship. That's too stressful, and I am in a good place in my life.
You know what, Dallas?
What?
I like your honesty. You're a very, very candid lady. Now,
Yeah.
yeah. See, one thing about men, we love women who are straight up. Straight up. Now, this is the only thing. Okay, this is the advice I would give you. If that's what you're looking for, first of all, if that's what you're looking for, I don't see anywhere where that should be a problem. Are you saying you have a problem meeting men? Because
No,
if
no. Mm-mm. No, I meet men. I just don't want to come off as being just a hoe because I'm not. I haven't even been with anybody. But I meet men all the time, and I talk to them for a little bit, and maybe they'll start getting on my nerves, and I cut them off. But I done met me somebody that I think I like, and I just kind of want to keep it real with him, honestly. But I don't want to come off as like trashy.
Yeah.
And maybe this do sound trashy, but I don't want to be in a relationship right now. I'm happy. I am so happy. I was married for a while, and that was not a good marriage. I'm free. I got my degree, and I am focused on me and what I want. And I'm not trying to think about being that woman for them. I did that for too long, worrying about a man and making sure, picking up his dry cleaning and making sure I had dinner cooked. I'm not trying to do that no more. I want to have fun.
Yeah, I respect that. Listen, All right, so let's get straight to the point. You asked for my advice. If
Yeah.
you are honest with a man and you lay it out exactly how you laid it out, there are men out there that would love to date you. I promise you. Because let me tell you why. See, there are so many men out there who are looking for the exact same situation that you're looking for. They're not looking for a relationship. They may have been married, don't want to do the married thing again. They may be in a certain place in life where they just want to hook up, be with somebody, kick it with them, have sex, every now and then, and there it is. So my thing is, if you're honest, you don't come across as being promiscuous or anything like that. Because, see, men, we understand that the same way we have, desires, women have desires as well. So no, I don't think any man is going to judge you or look at you in a type of way that's looks at you as as being less than a woman. No, why? Because you're being honest, and you'll be surprised how many men would prefer your honesty and let us know up front what you're looking for, and then we go from there. But I'm just surprised that it hasn't happened yet, because there are so many men who are looking for the exact same thing that you just described. I would have thought it would be just the opposite, whereas men are beating down your door to try and have relationships with you based upon what you just laid out.
Well, I do be talking to some men, but they start getting on my nerves, and we don't even get to the good stuff. And maybe that's just maybe my process of weeding them out, because I met this one dude, and I told him basically what I just told you, and I told him what I like for men to do.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, he gave his response to that, and it wasn't the right response. So I just moved on. And then I was talking to somebody else, and I feel like he was trying to rush me, and he thought because he was spending a little bit of money that he was automatically entitled. But no, this gonna happen on my terms.
There you go.
I told him I wasn't trying to be in a relationship. I'm not trying to live with nobody. But I felt like he was trying to rush me. I want things to happen on my terms.
There you go.
So this is a new man in the picture, and I'm kind of feeling him out a little bit. But that's I could already feel myself becoming annoyed because he's been calling me every day, and I don't feel like it's enough to talk about to be calling me every day, because we done already talked for like an hour. Okay, well, what else do you want to talk about? I get bored of that. Mm-hmm. So I guess I should just be straight up, like you said, and tell him how I feel. But I'm just trying to feel him out right now, and make sure there's just somebody. Because I only met him a few days ago, and he seemed like a nice guy, but I really don't like calling it. Maybe a little text every day, but not no conversation. But I guess he's trying to get to know me, and so maybe that's why he wants to talk a lot. But I don't like talking on the phone like that.
Yeah. What part of the country you live in, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm in North Carolina.
Oh, you're in Carolina.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, like I said, as long as you are honest and upfront, there are a bunch of men looking for the exact same situation, basically friends with no benefits.
Okay. I'm not going to come across.
Is that correct in describing what you're talking about? Basically, I'm sorry, friends with
benefits.
I
mean, a friend with a benefit. And if I'm ever stuck, maybe in a situation, or maybe I got a flat tire, that man need to come through for me. Or if I get short or behind on a bill or something unexpected, I would expect him to come through. But all that, up under each other's stuff, I don't like that. I just really don't like that. I would rather see you 2 or 3 times a month, maybe. Yeah,
Yeah,
and just we kick it or not go out eat, and then just
yeah,
do our thing. Well, that's what really and I just don't want to come off as a trashy woman, but that really is what I want.
yeah. Have men ever told you that the way you talk, you talk like men think?
No,
Really?
no, nobody ever. No, because I've never really been this candid with anyone before.
Yeah,
And I said, well, you don't know me, and I don't know you, so he can't judge me.
that's true. No
So,
doubt about it. No doubt
yeah,
about it. But I'm gonna tell you something, and I'm gonna leave you with this. Uh, it's still a very slippery slope because, you know, as you probably know already, sex can be powerful, and a lot of
yeah,
times, you know, two people may enter into that agreement and just say, you know, we're only going to be friends with benefits, but a lot of times, either that man or that woman, a lot of times, one of them start to catch feelings, and
yeah.
it seems like you're the type that you're not going to catch feelings regardless. But what if you run across that man and y'all have that relationship and you explain to him up front, this is what it is. And he say, okay, Dallas, I'm cool with that. I can handle that. I've been in plenty of relationships like that. No big deal. But I'm going to tell you something, Dallas. Sometimes a man could say that and say that this is all it's going to be. And sometimes we'll catch feelings. And then the next thing you
Yeah.
know, we're trying to lock you down. But where you been at, Dallas? You told me you get off at 5 and you're not at home yet and you haven't returned any of my calls. So, you know, I just want you to think about that side too, because it's a chance it could happen because we know sex is powerful. And sometimes I think we underestimate the power of sex. Because, man, sometimes you could get hooked up with that person and my goodness, it's like you're infatuated. It's like a drug, even though it was explained and agreed upon how it was going to be in the initial stages. So you think you can handle that, just in case a man, you know, does start to develop feelings for you, if that were the case?
I mean, yeah. Yeah. I feel like I just have to control the narrative. Like if I don't feel like talking, I don't have to answer my phone. If I don't feel like being bothered, I just go off to myself,
Yeah,
and I don't owe nobody no explanation.
real talk. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. I don't know you, never met you, but I'm gonna tell you something. See your voice. Your voice is so sexy. I'm just being real with you.
It
That
was
vo-
thank you.
no. Trust me, I ain't trying to hit on you or anything like that. But I'm telling you, I I know how men are, cause back okay, back in the old days, I don't know your age, it doesn't matter. But back in the old days, we had what was called a party line, and with that party line, a lot of times with guys, what we would do is, you know, on the party line, we'll be like, hey man, call a chick up and you hook me up with her. And so we would call, you get your friend to call a girl on the party line. You never met her, but that voice, and sometimes that voice would come across so sexy, you start to imagine it. You start to imagining that woman and how she looks and how she's built and things of that nature. And your mind just, the voice that you have, my goodness, that's a sexy voice you got. So that's why I brought that up, because I don't know anything about you, but your voice and personality exude sex appeal. And some men can verbally say that they can handle that, but it's a whole different ball game when you get to kicking it with that person and you and the act actually happens. Sometimes that's a whole different ball game as far as, you know, reneging on what we agreed on in the first place, which was we only gonna be friends with benefits. Because your voice, I ain't gonna lie, your voice sexy.
Well, thank
Yeah,
you.
yeah. So, you know, it is what it is. Anything else you want to add?
Well, no, I really appreciate your advice because I like didn't want to, come off wrong and the man, not respect me for being straight up with him. But then again, I don't want to waste nobody's time, and I'm not trying to waste my time either.
Yeah. Can you see the chat?
No,
because we got some ladies commenting. Lady Ray said, "I was always told I sound like a phone sex operator." See, some ladies just have that gift, whereas just your voice is so feminine. I really can't explain it, but some ladies just have that gift where your voice is just a turn on, even though you're not talking about nothing sexual. It's just hearing. That can arouse a man, turn a man on, things of that nature. So
okay,
yeah. So what I'm saying is, if you're, are you in a city like Charlotte, or
yeah,
you in the Queen City? Oh, come on now, come on now.
Yeah, I used to live in Jackson. I used to live in Jackson, Mississippi, and I got family in Lake Charles, Baton Rouge, Scotland.
Okay. Yeah. So you mean to tell me you're in Charlotte, North Carolina, and you can't find men who would take you up on that the arrangement that you feel works best for you?
They just, some of them, they be clowns, and it don't. I don't see it going in that direction that I want it to go in, and I just kind of cut it off. Because they start off cool or whatever, and I talk to them for a couple weeks, and it's like, this ain't it. And I just, kind of fall back.
Okay. So in other words, they get too clingy.
Not necessarily. Some of them just, that is not my thing. It's not my thing, and I really kind of just start putting myself back out there because I had been separated from my ex-husband for a while, but the divorce was just made final last year.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of just now, and I just graduated. Actually, I just graduated last week.
Oh, congratulations.
And thank you. I've been really focused on school.
Mm-hmm.
But I still was talking to some people.
Mm-hmm.
But now that school is out and I got more free time, I'm about to start meeting more people and putting myself out there more because, it's warming up outside and people getting out and, yeah.
Yeah. What places are you going to? A lot of times, connections with men or with women depend upon, the meeting place. Are you going out? Are you an outgoing type person? You go to restaurants?
Yeah, I'm outgoing. Mostly the last place I went out to was a bar.
Mm-hmm.
It really wasn't that nice of a bar, but it seemed like, I don't know, men be acting like they don't want to approach you. It's like they scared or something. And the place we went to, I'm going to say it's more like 45 and up. So I don't know if because we're a little younger. People are like, it seemed like the women were more, not approaching us in a sexual way, but like wanting to turn up. And the men just be sitting back and watching, maybe a few of them will buy some drinks or something like that, but they don't really say anything. But it's either women that be wanting to dance and have fun, and some men act like they don't want to dance. I don't understand.
Let me help you out on something, because see, when you go to those type of clubs, when you're dealing with older men, see, we're gonna sit back like some old alligators. Trust me. Listen to what I'm saying. When you're dealing with, if you go into the clubs where the older guys hang out, we're gonna sit back like some alligators, and we're just gonna watch you. The number one thing we're gonna watch for is another guy gonna walk through that door and come talk to you, because we don't know if you waiting on somebody, or we don't know if you had plans already. So that's number one. That's you just dealing with seasoned men, because we know we're not going to jump the gun and just approach you, and then somebody else could walk through that door and you're like, hey, baby, how you doing? Glad you could make it. And then we like, damn, we looking like a damn fool. So that's why a lot of older guys, we just sit back in the gap and we just look and we like, okay, 10 minutes have gone by. All right, we see what you're drinking on, but we also look through that front door. Okay, nobody has came and claimed that woman yet. I'm going to give it 10, 15, 20 more minutes, and if somebody don't approach that lady, I'm coming over there. So I think, if that's what you're into, the more older guys, we're going to be more reserved, because we know if we're attracted to you, we're like, this girl can't be single. Or if you are single, we gotta make sure, because like I said, the last thing we want is we'll walk across that room, approach you, and you were waiting on somebody else, and that dude is just running late. He's stuck in traffic or something, and then he's like, well, thank you, but I'm waiting on somebody. I'm like, oh. So, see, once he gets rejected, all the other men who were looking, they're like, oh, shit. Oh, here we go. But we may not know why he got rejected, so we'll sit back and wait. We'll let another guy come over there or whatnot. But we still looking to see if somebody may come through that door. And then maybe you just weren't attracted to those two. And then if you'll notice, that's when the floodgates open. All the men start coming to you. Because in our minds, we like, okay, she turned them down because she just wasn't feeling them. I'm going to shoot my shot. She may be feeling me. You understand what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
So do you prefer the older men, or you prefer men more of your age, or what?
So I'm in my 30s, and I like men like late 40s, 50s. Like, I went out for Valentine's Day, and he was in his 60s, and we were having fun and stuff, but he was kind of too pushy.
Yeah.
He's kind of pushy. I don't like that.
Yeah.
But I'd rather date older.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'd rather date older men, because, like, I'd rather date somebody a little more mature and just like, more masculine looking. Because it's like men, like, in their 20s and 30s, they still kind of.
Hello? We may have gotten cut off with old Dallas. All right. Give Dallas a round of applause.
Oh, I'm sorry. I pressed the wrong.
All righty. Hello? Hold on, people. Hold on. All right. That was Dallas. Thank you, Dallas, for that call. Let's see. Janae says I should do a stream that allows caller to cam up. That'll be fun and thought-provoking. StreamYard lets you bring up 10 people at once. That's an excellent idea. StreamYard. What am I on? Cam. What is this thing called? Cam. This thing I'm on is called Cam something. Ecamm. Is that possible with Ecamm? Anybody? Can anybody fill me in on that? Ecamm. But that's I never thought about that. But I want to go back to a quick comment somebody made. There we go. I want to go back to Lady Ray's comment. Lady Ray said, I went out to eat and a group of 3 men were watching my every move. You damn right. That's what we do. You are exactly right. We watch your every move. And then she said, I found out later they were waiting to see if I was me. See, that's how men operate. So, when you ladies, when you doll yourself up, when you get all dressed up and you go out to eat, or you go wherever you go, to the club or to the jazz bar, to wherever you go, don't expect us to just beat the door down to come and talk to you. We got to scope it out first, because we're looking at you and we're looking at something that looks so good. Our first thought is, damn, she looking too good. She has to be waiting on somebody. So no man wants to take that chance and walk clean across the room within 5-10 minutes of you getting there. And then you say, well, thank you, I appreciate the compliment, but I'm actually waiting on my boyfriend. No. So a lot of times, ladies, you have to understand this. Well, why aren't men approaching me? We got to study you first. Oh, trust me. We watch your every move. We watch how you cross your legs. We watch how you sit. We watch your posture. We watch your language. Do you talk loud? You're laughing on the phone. Oh, we come on. But, going back to what Dallas was saying, she go to the club, men don't approach her. Trust me, we will, but we got to feel it out first. We got to feel it. It's almost like a boxing match. We got to feel it out. Feel you out. Because, it's an animal kingdom. We talk about the club, and only the strong survive. That's why, as I said, woman comes to the club, you sit there long enough, we coming. Once we determine you're not with somebody, and once we determine that the guys you have been turning down, you were not feeling them. So once we determine that, okay, you turned him down, you turned him down, you turned him down, you turned him down. Okay, you wasn't feeling them. You might be feeling me. Let me walk over there. So we don't mind then, because we've already pretty much determined. But man, that's why a lot of young guys don't go to the club, because they're like, well, why go to the club? All the ladies are on social media. I can meet them there. A lot of guys don't go to the club because they can't handle that jungle-like atmosphere, even though the club is nice and presentable and it's a clean-cut club. It's a nice club. But from a mental standpoint, you got to be a tiger in there if you're a man. You got to be a tiger. What? Man, you go in the club, boy, you better be ready to compete. Boy. All right, let me move on. All right, thank you for that comment. Somebody said a group of 3 men watching you sound crazy. The whole place is watching you. What you mean a group of 3? What? The whole club, the whole restaurant, the whole reception hall, the whole shopping center. You walk into Walmart, you on this aisle, they watching. You walk on this aisle, they're watching. That's 3, that's nothing. The whole club watching you. That ain't creepy. A group of 3 men. No, the entire club watching. The entire restaurant is watching. Everybody's watching. I don't care how much they're grouped off. We grouped off with our buddies and we toasting and drinking and, taking shots and all that. We still, damn. Boy, she's still sitting over there by herself. We still peeping and looking. That's the whole club. No, so just, no. All right. What time is it? I might end this early tonight. All right, we got 8:01. Somebody goes, see, now we talking. See, now we talking, Janae. That goes back to the predator versus prey. I couldn't have said it more. Well, I mean, people, Men, we have a brain. We can think rationally. We can solve problems. But we still animals when you look at it. We still have those animalistic instincts to what? Hunt and prey. Prey. That's not going anywhere. Why do you think a man will go to one spot and he'll say, okay, this spot was cool. I met somebody here. I got a phone number here or whatnot, or I didn't get a phone number here. Do we go home? No, we go to another spot. And we check that spot out, see what's going on, what's vibing, who's with who on the real, and who's with who where, it's 50-50, where she could be feeling another dude. And we leave that spot, we go to another one. That's she hit it on nail on the head. Predator versus prey. The predator always scans around for the prey and watches its every move, then go for the kill. That's it. That's it right there. Well, he didn't approach me. Oh, trust me. You were on the radar. Ladies, you on the radar everywhere you go. The club, the restaurant, the wedding reception, wherever. You on the radar. All eyes are looking at you. In the classroom, I don't care where you are. You in Walmart, you in Kroger's, Winn-Dixie, whatever shopping supermarket you have. Those eyes are on you. You got eyes in the parking lot watching you from men when you get your basket and you walk into your grocery store. What? All right. Somebody said the live is skipping. Oh, Lord. I don't know what to do about that. So I may end this early since the live is skipping. Lady Ray said, I go out alone often. I'm very used to being watched. I wear heels. Ooh, Lord. I wear heels everywhere in dresses. People, ooh, yeah, I know they're looking at you, Lady Ray, for sure. All right. 8 times out of 10, I probably saw the man before he saw me. I don't know about that one. Maybe. All right, let me see. Lady Ray says, Home Depot, hardware store, ball games, gym, you will also need to leave the town. Ooh, you going with all the vultures hang out at. And then she said, I carry pepper spray and a knife disguised. God, dog. Oh, my goodness. She said, I carry pepper spray and a knife disguised as a bracelet. Ooh, she is not playing. But again, people, I totally respect that, because in today's world, you don't know who's from who. You really don't. So many guys masquerading as good guys. All right, so let's get back to the topic. The topic of tonight I was talking about is so many comments I've been receiving from women who say they are being bombarded by married men who are approaching them. So that's the topic of tonight. So let's start talking about that. Married men. Now, once again, I'm a firm believer, nothing new is under the sun. Married men been creeping way before I was born, whatever, so many people my age have found out in their latter years, in their 40s and 50s, that their father actually had another family. Let me say that again. It's so many people my age in their 40s and 50s just found out, a few years ago, that their father actually had another family and he has children outside of their family. So again, this is nothing new. Married men been creeping a long time, but I don't think this is something whereas it's exploded to another level compared to years past. I don't think that, but some of the emails and comments I've been getting, some women seem to believe in today's world it's at a much higher level, whereas married men are approaching them. One woman said she has encountered married men at least approaching her at least once every other week. At least once every other week. Now, those are the men that she's talking about who have revealed that they are married. So in other words, they were upfront and said, hey, I'm married. And they leave it up to you to decide if you want to engage in that or not. Now, we're not talking about the ones who take the wedding band off and they slide it in their back pocket. And then they walk up to you and then they approach you and they start the conversation. And then you got to find out the hard way that they're actually married. But a lot of women have commented that it's actually getting to a point where it is disgusting. Whereas, their thing is, the women's thing is, well, if you will cheat on your wife, then what the hell do I look like dealing with you? You're going to cheat on me as well. Or if you have the audacity to cheat on your wife, all you looking at me is what? Just a side piece, a side woman. And so a lot of women are saying that they find that highly offensive. But again, we're not even talking about the ones who masquerade and who are really married, but for some reason they'll just lie and say they're single. All right. Truckers and military men have double lives, got families in different area codes. That was my daddy right there. Oh, that's my daddy right there. All right, somebody says, my dad always jokes about having an Asian family. He was a truck driver. I wouldn't be surprised if they came out of the shadows, to be honest. I would not be surprised either. So anybody in the chat have experienced or has experienced married men hitting on them, things of that nature, approaching them, and just bold with it. I mean, just boldly. And then let you know up front, hey, I'm married. And let you deal with it. All right, somebody said be careful with two men with two phones. Amen to that. Amen to that. So when you're dealing with men, this is why, once again, this internet. See, the world we live in today with social media and the dating sites is perfect for married men to have affairs. It's perfect. Why do I say it's perfect? Because they can hide behind that screen and put up a profile and type in some nice, enticing words and put up some handsome pictures or whatnot. And that profile will look so appealing. And it's so many women who can get drawn into that. That's why, again, once you factor in social media and the dating sites, like I said, that's a match made in heaven for a married man. That's a married man's dream. Dating sites and social media where they can just sit in their office, sit at home, or in their, man cave, in the whatever, in their cars, and they can just go online and make connections, attempt to make connections. So you got to be very careful with that, especially some of you ladies who are into online dating. Online dating, of course, it has its pros and its cons. What are the pros? Yeah, you can meet people you normally would have never met. Now, what are the cons? Some game players out there. Oh, my goodness, so many game players. And when you peel, in a lot of instances, when you peel those layers back, guy said he had no kids. You find out he got 6 kids. Or he said he had 2 kids. You find out he had 7. He said he worked at this place. He's unemployed. He said he hasn't been in a relationship in 5 years. But you find out he's currently in a relationship or whatnot. He says that, he works at this place. Then you find out, yeah, he does work at this place, but he's a convicted felon. And he just got out of jail. So, again, the internet is a place where so many people can actually hide and disguise themselves and be somebody else. And, again, those profiles look so good and enticing. And all it is words and pictures. And you would be surprised how many people will fall head over heels with that profile. But you actually know absolutely nothing about that person other than what he is telling you or what he has on the profile. It's hard. It's extremely hard to vet a person online, unless you're the type that is well versed in running those background checks, things of that nature. But the average person is not well versed in that. The average person would basically, do a Google search, see what pops up on Google. But there are some people out there, they're like, Google, that is not enough. I'm going through this site, I'm going through this site, and this site because it specializes in telling me everything about people. All right, she says, I have a testimony, but I'll be all night. No, call in. Because what time we got? 8:13. Lady Ray says, let me check my dating app messages. Ursula said there are a lot of narcissists on them. I can't do dating apps. My conscience won't allow me. Negatory. All right, Tars the Great says, I have a friend whose mom only dated married men. Well, I guess she finds that more appealing. I don't know. I don't know. But it's a slippery slope no matter how you present it. If you listen to the beginning of my show, I talked about an email that I received that I'll be dropping a video on soon, maybe tonight, tomorrow at the latest, that dealt with a lady who sent me an email about a guy that she met. And, of course, he was the perfect gentleman in the initial stages. And then he started to go south and turned into basically a completely different person after a certain act was done. And I think we can all figure out what that certain act is or was. Hello, caller. Good evening. How are you doing?
Hi, good evening. I'm so happy that I was able to catch you online today. The reason why I'm calling you is because I wanted to have like a testimony. I was able to read your book. I didn't finish reading it, but I read a part of it, and I've been following your videos since you come online. And I want to say I took your advice on wearing more dresses. It has really shifted my dating game a lot because I do see, even if I don't feel my best because I have a dress on and I look, quote unquote, more feminine, I guess, it's a different level. It's like a different playing field. So I just wanted to say that.
Give me your critique on my book. Be honest with me.
I I think the book is pretty good. To be honest with you, my aunt, who I'm pretty close with, she is old fashioned. Some people would say. She is older than you. I think she's in her late 60s or early 70s.
Mm-hmm.
She's always told me a lot of the things that I read in your book, but it was different because I caught it from a male's perspective. So it was really interesting. I think that your book gives a lot of value, and I think that when you are reading the book, it is important to know that still use it in your own way,
yes.
And just take it like that. And I think that for me, what I found was really funny. Recently, I had the opportunity to stay with my parents, and my little brother came to visit, and I saw everything that you said that men do in the book and how much they play games. Literally, my little brother did it in front of me. So it was really funny, to be honest with you, because he had a woman who came over, and then 2 hours later, there was another woman who came over, and then 2 hours later from that, he was talking to a couple girls on the phone.
Yeah.
So it was like you really don't know what your position is in a man's life, and even though he can say, like, you are my number one, that may not be the case. And I witnessed that very, like, to my face, and it was very funny because these are the things that you said in your book.
Yes. Well, thank you for the compliment. I'm glad you're enjoying it, and I'm also glad you called in with your testimony about the drills and heels and dresses. That is so mesmerizing for a man to see a woman in heels and dresses. It's a drug for us. It drives us crazy. With all due respect to you, I'm just using an example. There's a reason why strippers wear the heels. There's a reason why. See, those heels just accentuate your femininity. I mean, they put your body in a position where it just, all your curves, your legs, your calves, and the hips and the thighs, all that stuff just, it just makes a man's heart melt like butter. And I'm pretty sure you've gotten those stares where we look at you and we just watch you walk across the room. Have you noticed those type of stares?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I first, I like skirts and dresses anyway. Mm-hmm. I tend to honestly wear them more in the summer, but I'm gonna start changing. I'm more trying to adapt my wardrobe to be more frequently, mm-hmm. and starting to wear like my tights and my gym stuff to only to the gym. And I'm even looking into getting tennis skirts and tennis dresses to wear at the gym to work out in.
Ooh, you about to turn that gym out.
Yes, and it's just really fun. But to be like, I went to my best friend was having a party for her daughter. I wore a dress and I was walking somewhere. And at the time I had sneakers because I was walking and it actually was raining. And I saw a gentleman who was driving, and I live in a pretty quiet town. I live in the suburbs, and the gentleman I guess he saw me in his mirror or whatever, and he saw me 2 blocks down, and I walked past him, but he stopped his car in order to talk to me. And I just was like, I couldn't fathom how he saw me. Yeah. When it was raining and it was cloudy, but I had a dress on, and then it just was really funny because sometimes I do get attention when I'm wearing jeans, but just even the way he spoke to me that's what I found that was mostly different. Exactly. It's the way that, it's the speaking. It's not the attention. It's just the speaking, and it feels like it's a little bit more respectful.
Yes. And that's what I try and encourage ladies, because the attention that you're going to get in the comments, see, you're going to get positive comments. You're going to get positive attention. And see, dresses and heels challenges us to come up to another level. Because, see, when we see you in dresses and heels and we're looking like a bum, we like, damn, I want to talk to her so bad. But we look at what we have on and we like, oh, man. I can't, if I approach her, I'm looking so raggedy, I don't want to ruin that first impression. So it challenges men to come up. So a lot of times when you got those dresses and heels on, you know, guys really want to approach you, but, you know, we'll look at what we got on. We're like, man, I'm not looking my best. So what I'm saying is it challenges men as well for us to look our best. Because when we look our best and we feel it at our best, our confidence level is high. We will make a beeline to you real quick. But that dress and heels, man, if we feel like we don't look the way we need to look to give you that visual impression of us, sometimes it's just a bad day for us, and we'll think about you all night. Man, that woman in the grocery store was so sexy and fine, but I didn't want to approach her because I had on my, you know, whatever. And so we think, man, we'll have dreams about you. So again,
yeah, I definitely.
Go ahead.
I definitely agree. Like it's just, and again, like it really, I do get attention wearing pants and stuff like that. Men do approach me, but it's just a different, and also it's a different type of man as well.
Yeah.
I find that with wearing more dresses and skirts, because I've been doing it for, I think about like just 6 weeks now, because I want to do it. I actually want to do that first and read part of your book before I called in to tell you. So I have been doing it for a while now. I've been doing it for at least 6 weeks, especially since the weather is getting warmer. And I noticed that it's also a different type of man that you'll start attracting to. Because sometimes when you are wearing the jeans and sneakers, you'll also attract a man who is wearing jeans and sneakers and may not know how to dress up or like dress differently. But now it's like I'll get more of a gentleman who dresses differently in terms of his style and even also his finances.
That's right.
Like I find that
that's right.
Yeah, like so more like entrepreneurs, more people who are already financially set, more people who are like more intentional, and the way they speak to me is a lot more gentle, just very sweet. Like even the person who saw me, like he didn't step out of his car, but he did offer me a ride. It was just a little sketchy for me, but it has been happening to me more often. That people have literally been stopping their car to speak to me. And I just want to note that because it's a different type of attention. And I don't know, it's just really different. Like, and again, like I want to stress that you will get attention, wearing your regular pants and stuff, but I guess it's a different type of character of men who will speak to you.
Yeah.
That I have been noting that's been very different. So it's just really interesting.
Yeah.
And it has been an interesting experiment. And because I like what I'm seeing, I'm just going to continue to do it.
Yes. Because again, what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Eleanor, and I'm calling from New Jersey.
Okay, New Jersey. Eleanor from New Jersey. Thank you, Eleanor from New Jersey, for calling. But what I want to say is, again, see, nothing attracts masculinity more than femininity. And the more feminine a woman is, the more we're going to be attracted to her. It's a drug, and it's a highly addictive drug. We love to see women in their femininity, being soft, being feminine, oh my goodness. You talk about some attention. See, there was a lady who wrote me and told me and said she has this guy who she's friends with, and he put her in the friend zone, and she asked me, give me some advice of how she really likes him, but he has her in the friend zone. And I told her, change your wardrobe up. But her thing was, well, I don't feel that I need to change my wardrobe up to for him to get me out of the friend zone. But it would help tremendously, I promise you, because we will look at you totally different when we see you not in the leggings, not in the jeans, not in the retro Jordans and the Adidas and none of that. But when we see you in the skirt and the heels and the dress and whatever, we look at you totally different. We're like, wait a minute, is that you? And so, she her thing, as I said earlier, she was like, nah, I don't think I need to change my appearance to get him to come out of the friend zone. I said, just try it. But I doubt if she does it. But anyway, it's calls like yours. You know, I hope she's listening and because men, we look at you totally different. See, you made a great point. See, when we see you in the jeans and you got the T-shirt and you got the retro Jordans on, see, we look down at what we got on. We say, "Oh, I'm cool. I'm going to talk to her." And so, again, we look at what you got on, like, "Oh, okay, she look like she cool. I'm going to approach her," because we look at what we have on. So, okay, we almost look alike as far as what we have on. I'm going to talk to her, but that jeans, I mean, I'm sorry, the femininity with the skirts and the heels and the dresses, you're like, damn, bro. Boy, I caught her on the wrong day. But if I ever see you again, you better believe I'm going to be ready for you. Now, you're always going to have some guys that's going to be like, well, shit, I don't care. I'm just going over there. She got to tell me. I don't care what I look like. She's too fine. She looking too good over there. She just has to tell me ain't nothing happening. So you may have a few of them, but you're not going to have as many as you would have, you know, when you're not in your, what I call 100% femininity look. Oh, that's a powerful thing, man. A powerful thing.
I agree. I definitely agree. And like I said, like I really invite everyone to just try it. It can feel a little bit difficult at first just to pair up outfits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But especially during the summertime, because you had said your Sunday dress, so I ended up just going online, Googling it, and just looking into it. It just was an experiment, and just to see if what you said had any validation to it. But because I've been doing it more often and I've been getting positive feedback, I figured there's no reason like to stop, to be honest. And that's why I just started to continue. And I feel like if it does work for someone, it does. But if it doesn't, then I guess like keep doing what you have been doing.
Yeah.
But because I tried something different, you know, I tried something different for me. And I just like the way it has been working, and I'm just gonna keep on going because, you know, like I like to say, if you're not happy with the past 5 years, if you're not even happy with your past 5 boyfriends, then you know exactly what you need to do is just change.
Amen. Excellent call. Anything else you want to add?
No, that's it. Thank you so much. I appreciate your time. And I'm complete. I hope you have a good night.
All right.
Bye.
And thank you so much for purchasing my book, and thank you for the compliments. I really appreciate it.
You're so welcome. Thank you again.
All
Bye-bye.
Right. All right, take care. All right, another excellent call. Let's see, I got 8:29 my time down here in Louisiana. Let's see, look like this is East Coast night. We had one call from North Carolina. Second call came from New Jersey. All right, it looks like the East Coast is in the house. Anybody from Mississippi? Alabama? Georgia? Arkansas? Not my part of the woods. All right, so I'm with you, Lady Ray. I love to hear this as well. People, again, nobody knows a man more than a man. And so I just want you to you don't have to agree with what men say, but just do like Eleanor did from New Jersey. She said she heard what I said, and she said, you know what, I just want to try out and see what he's saying and see how, you know, how it would happen if I decided to do it. And she did it. And just like I said, she noticed a difference. Why? Nobody knows men more than a man. We know how we roll. We know the tricks. We know the games. We know the plays. You know. When I used to teach on the collegiate level, I used to tell some young men, son, I know what you're going to do before you even do it. Why? Because I've been down that road. That's why some men's father can tell a young man, son, I know what you're getting ready to do. No, Pops, you don't know what I'm getting. No, we know. We've been down that road. And I just feel in today's world that there are not enough men that's being honest and transparent about certain situations. You know, they feel like, oh, man, he breaking the code, man. He breaking the code, man. That's that old simp. You listen to him? No, it's not breaking the code. It's empowering people with knowledge. Because if you got to play a game to get somebody, then I strongly feel that, especially as a man, you need to check yourself. What is game? Coming up with a system of manipulation. Whereas you factor in things, whether it be lies, whether it be words, whether it be situations to benefit you and your agenda. I'm not on board with that. Nope, I'm not. That old simp, that old, you know what? No. And he giving the game away. He breaking all the codes. Dudes don't act like that, man. Please. Man, look. Let me tell you something. You can spot a man a mile away. Let me say that again. You can spot a man a mile away. And I don't need to say any more about that. So, once again, you know, knowledge, understanding, being one step ahead, I strongly feel it could keep a lot of people out of some bad situations, some really bad situations, because there are so many people who prey on people who are not aware, or people who are not informed, or people who are not aware of the tactics and the tricks and the games that some people play. And some people thrive. That's how they live. That's how they survive. They survive on people not knowing what signs to look for, what traits to look for. All right, Lady Ray says, it's literally changed my night and boosted my femininity, confidence, and standards. It helped me to step into my womanhood. Yes, I bet it did. You want some respect? You know, you want some respect? Now, first of all, you should be getting respect regardless, but it's crazy in today's world how certain things work. But we're talking about that ultimate respect, you know, where as somebody commented, men, we open the doors for you, you know, pull out an umbrella, walk you out in the rain, not always trying to hit on you, just doing gentleman-like things just because we appreciate you. What do you think men are looking for when they're looking for a wife? Men want somebody who's going to represent them. And represent them when they go out. Represent them when they go to, you know, the boardroom meeting. Or represent them when they go to the company picnic. All those things. Now, I'm not saying you got to wear that on the company picnic, but you know what I'm saying. Man, yeah, you could turn heads with the leggings on, the Lululemons, retro Jordans. Oh, you could still turn heads. But hey, you're not gonna get that frozen rope attention where we looking at you. Like, God damn, that girl's sexy. Oh Lord. Anyway, what time do I have? 8:35 down here in Louisiana Central Standard Time. S. Scott, thank you for joining in, S. Scott. Appreciate that. Janae says, most people are lazy and selfish. If I were being real, all about what a person can do to them. Tyrus the Great One says the whole thing is backwards. Grown boys think it's simping to be an actual responsible man. Amen to that, Tyrus the Great. Oh yeah, they quick to call you simp. You know, bro code. Man, what happened to the bro code? I saw what the bro code did my mama. I saw what the bro code did my mama. I don't want to see any other woman go through that. And I think I've been over that story so many times. Boy, my daddy messed my mother up. When I say messed her up, my mom was like the hell with any man walking with a penis and 2 testicles. All y'all could go to hell. Never saw my mother go on a date. Now, she may have snuck off and did her thing. Hey, who am I to say? Because it's like anybody else, human. Like Dallas called in. Dallas called in and talked about she's human, has needs and desires and things of that nature. That's anybody. So who am I? My mother, human just like anybody else. But if she did sneak off with a man or whatever, date, whatever, she sure didn't let us see it. Because me and my sister, we still talk about that today. You ever saw my mom with a man? Not after she moved us from Chicago to Louisiana in 1972. And she died in 1993. She was 56. Yeah, she died. She was 56, 1990. No, I'm sorry, 1990. She died in 1990. She was 54. So from 1972 to 1990. What is that? Somebody help me out. How many years? I guess you say, yeah, you really from Louisiana. What is that? 72 to 90. Is that 18 years? So she may have snuck off, got her groove on. Hey, who knows? But if she did, she one of the best ones ever. Because we ain't see no trace of that. Because that woman was in the bed pretty much every night that I remember, 8:30, 9 o'clock. That was a wrap. All right, let me get on down with this. All right, so that was a great call. Anybody else want to chime in on the heels and dresses? I know Lady Ray chimed in, Janae chimed in. Anybody else? Anybody feel that it's not necessary? Maybe you disagree. Maybe you say, well, I'm in my femininity always. Why? Because I'm a female, so I'm always feminine. So I don't need to put that on. Anybody feel that way? If you do, I totally respect that as well. I was just giving you advice from a male perspective. She said us girls formed a support group because of you. Oh, wow. I feel good. Thank you for this platform. We are building positive sisterhoods. Well, thank you for those kind words, Lady Ray. I really appreciate it. Yeah, form those sisterhoods. Because I wish a sisterhood would have been out, maybe it could have helped my mother out. Because I'm going to tell you people, ooh, my mama got to a point from what I saw. I don't know what was going on with her internally, but she got to a point where I saw any man, you the enemy. I don't want to deal with you. Nope. Don't you ever come in my out. And I just firmly believe it was solely because of that relationship she had with my father. And he eventually, now again, I'm pretty sure you heard my credit, but I got to give my pops credit just on this. My pops told my mama off the bat what was going down. Now, I give that to him. I will give that to him. Doesn't mean it was right for what he did, but he told my mother straight up what type of man he was, and he not the family type. He don't commit, and he run the streets, and he loved to run the streets. So, like I said, my mother did not want to talk about it. Boy, you better not ask Marvis Cowens about that. That was my mother's name, Marvis Cowens. You better not ask Marvis Cowens where daddy at. So I think when all of that hit home, when my mother was thinking about it, you know what? I got to be crazy because this fool told me what type of man he was. And I firmly believe that my mother thought she could change him. That's just how I see it, based upon the testimony of my daddy. And like I said, my mother, she ain't giving you one word. She ain't talking about it. She ain't budging, and you better stop asking before you get bust in the mouth. You know, that's what type of thing my mama was on. Oh, she ready to cut your head to the white meat, to the fat. So, hey, it is what it is, people. That's all I can say. But I don't want to see another woman go through that. And I'm glad that Lady Ray, you ladies of support, have a support group going on, because there are probably more women out there like my mother who put all their trust in a man, and you know, especially women who come from backgrounds like my mother, where she didn't have much experience with men, and so she was a very trustful woman, and she actually trusted him. But how can you trust somebody when he told you off the bat? But hey, let me stop. So it's one of those things. Let me see. Lady Ray said your mama had a she said she had a secret honey dip y'all didn't know about. And you know what, Lady Ray, she could have. I promise you, she could have. All I'm saying is, if she did, she is the best one I ever saw who did it and nobody knew. I mean, nobody. Sisters, cousins, nobody knew. So she could have had, ain't no doubt about it. She could have had a secret honey dip, no doubt about that. But if she did, I don't know how she pulled it off. No phone calls ever came to that house. Of course, no cell phones, anything like that. But no phone calls, no men ever popped up unless she just said, "Don't you ever come to my house?" or whatever. But she could have, no doubt about that. She could have had a honey dip. All right, somebody said I didn't answer your question. Could you repeat that question? I'm sorry. All right, Lady Ray says, topic was married man trying to date, but the last caller called in to say dresses were working for her. All right, so yeah. So that married thing. All right, Scott said married men trying to date. Oh yeah, married men have always tried to date. Not all married men. Listen, some men look at marriage as just an agreement that's on paper. And that's it. Okay, we got something on paper. The state of Georgia or the state of California or the state of Maryland says, I'm your husband, you're my wife, and we're connected on paper. But trying to date outside of that, trying to get a woman on the side, man, married men been doing that. Again, not all married men, but so many have that attitude. Now, what's their reasoning behind trying to get a side woman or an additional side woman? 9 times out of 10, it's going to be about some sex. And I don't think that's a big discovery for no one. So I received several comments, emails over the course of the past few months or so. People asking me to talk about that because, again, some ladies were talking about the tenacity, the boldness of men who will approach them and reveal to them that they are married. See, when a man will approach a woman and he reveals off the bat that he's married, you're dealing with a super player. Because to me, that lets me know he has had success in being married and dealing with women outside of the marriage. There's some bold people. Because why? Because he's laying it out on the table. See, those are, boy, you're dealing with some men with some extreme confidence. Let's skip married men for a second. Let's put the married men on the back burner. There are some men out there who have such extreme confidence in their ability to meet women and get women's phone number, or what we call pull a woman, that they'll say, you know what, I enjoyed this conversation. You seem to be a nice lady or whatnot. Hey, take my card, take my number, call me if you get time. See, when you meet guys and his thing is he doesn't even ask for your number. He says, hey, just call me. If you're interested, just call me, we could talk later, talk over coffee or whatnot. He just gives you the number and he just walks off nonchalantly. Boy, you're dealing with a player. I could tell you that right off the bat. Why? Because the guys who've been doing this for a long time, they have extreme confidence in their game. Their attitude is, if you call me, that's fine. If you don't call me, that's fine too. How can a guy get that type of attitude? Because he's already dealing with a multitude of women already. It don't matter to him. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to him. Now, he wants you to call, but his attitude, it don't matter. Boy, see, ladies, if you're not strong enough, and let's say you are attracted to him, once again, nothing wrong with being attracted to a man. Nothing. Come on now, we like what we like. Nothing is wrong with that. But you got to be strong and you got to be disciplined. Because if he slipped you that card, slipped you that number, you found him attractive, his conversation was nice or whatnot, he really flipped the script and put you in pursuit mode if you ain't strong enough. Now, whatever you do with that phone number, that's totally up to you. But boy, you dealing, take it from a man, you dealing with a man with extreme confidence in his ability with women. Ooh, Lord have mercy. You better know what you're doing. And you take that card, you take that number, and he walk off and you say, damn, man, he fine, sexy, whatever. And you start to let your interest and whatever overcloud your rational thought, and you start to put your vetting process on the back burner. Next thing you know, you picked up that phone. Michael? Hey, this Michael? Yeah. This Jenny, we the one you met, you left your card with me. See, when Michael picked that phone up and you tell him who you are and you tell him where you two met at, see, inside, Michael's saying, bingo. That's what he's saying. Michael is saying, bingo. Bingo, Jack. And boy, he really getting ready to lay on the charm then. So you got to be careful of that. So what's the moral of the story? Going back to your vetting process. See, you can have the best vetting process in the world, ladies, but you better have some damn discipline. Because if you don't have the discipline to say, you know what, this getting me off the vetting process. This is getting me off track. This is him flipping the script. Now I'm pursuing him. No, he's supposed to be pursuing me, but damn, he looks so good. He looks so fine. His card says he's an Esquire. His card says he's a CPA. His card says, whatever. He's a CEO of a Fortune 500 company. Ooh, let me put that number in my phone. And you talking about, I'm gonna put him on ice. Oh, he wants you to put him on ice. All he's looking for is that call. It could be a week later. It could be 2 weeks later. It could be a month later. He's not worried about you putting him on ice. Why? This thing is full. balling with other women, doing his thing. So when he does get that call, once again, he said, ooh, bingo. I got some more clothes to throw in the washing machine. It's going to be wash, it's going to be spin, and it's going to be rinse. That same cycle. So, got to be careful of those things. Getting ready to drop a video talking about that. Dudes out there smooth with it, baby. They're like, damn. No, I'm not asking her for her number. I'm going to give her mine. Now, it's a difference between the lady, okay, guy asks for your number, and as a lady you say, I'm not going to give you my number. I'll take yours. No, we're not talking about that. And then even if you do take his number, you decide to call him, guess who's in pursuit mode? You're still in pursuit mode of him. No, we're talking about that type of guy, and I'm pretty sure you ladies have ran across this type of guy. Starts the conversation, does not say anything about getting your number. He just ends the conversation. Hey, here's my card. Here's my number. Hey, call me when you get time, and we'll continue the conversation later. And then he just walks off. Uh-oh, you're dealing with something there, man. Oh my goodness. You got a monster on your hand. If you don't have the discipline to recognize that what he just did is getting you off your vetting process. So I'm glad to see some of you ladies are talking about your vetting process. But if you read my book, if you looked at some of my videos, see, vetting process means nothing if you don't have discipline to tell yourself, no, girl. It ain't happening like that. No, girl, it ain't going down like that. No, girl, you ain't calling him. He ain't the prize. I'm the prize. See, if you don't have that type of discipline, ooh, they got some guys out there. See, what I always tell you about men, we always thinking for a counteraction. You react, we counter with an action. You come with an action, we counter that action. And so some guys understand, they got some ladies out there that got a vetting process in place. And they're trying to pull that rug from under you without you even knowing. And that's one of the ways it can happen. Oh, it's a cold game out there. Janae said he flipped the script right there. Let's see. Hell no, I would not take his card. Yeah, I'm glad you're holding on to that. You say I would not take his card. But I'm telling you, there are a lot of women that'll take that card. Why? Because you find him attractive. And that's where some men realize, and come on, people, let's just be real for a second. There are some men, again, they were just blessed with genetics, good looks, height, 6'4", 6'3", broad shoulders, whatever. Some men are just blessed. And if you find that attractive, hey, absolutely nothing wrong with that. But you better have that vetting process in place. You better be. Because these eyes can play tricks on us. And these eyes and this flesh could tell the mind, girl, sit down to hell with that vetting process. You see how fine that dude is? What? And then he's saying you get to talking with him. Now he's saying, as one of the stories ladies emailed me. Now he's asking, okay, let's take a weekend trip down to New Orleans for Essence Festival. Huh? Let's do what? Yeah, we got backstage passes. Janet Jackson and Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, the OJs. Yeah. We're gonna be in the suites. Staying in the best hotels. Yeah. Then when we leave there, I want to take you, Chicago, taste of Chicago. Then we're going to do South Beach, Miami. Let me stop. Hey, so again, all I'm saying is, ladies, I applaud you for having your vetting process in place, but I promise you got to be able to tell yourself, no, girl, no, girl, no, girl, No, girl. I know he cute, but no, girl. I know he fine, but no, girl. I know he got a lot of things going his way, but no, girl. I know he promised me this, but no, girl. You got to be able to tell yourself no. Why is that so important? Because we are going to try you. What are we going to try? We're going to try and hit you in your emotional spots. Oh, we're going to try and hit them emotions just like what you see going on in Russia and Ukraine. Where is her weak spot? I got to find it. What does she like? Flowers? Nope, she don't like flowers. I sent her candy. Nope, she didn't like candy. Well, man, I got to up the ante. Let's see. Does she like jewelry? Uh-oh. Bought her a bracelet. She said, what? You bought this bracelet for me? Yes. Bought you some earrings. Found your weakness. Jewelry. Found your weakness. Perfume, whatever it could be. Found your weakness. A certain type of automobile, whatever. He's going to keep. Oh, got a phone call. Hold on. Good evening, caller. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Hello.
Yes. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Monica. I'm from North Carolina.
Two from North Carolina.
Yes.
How are you doing? I'm sorry. How are you doing tonight, Monica?
I'm doing pretty good. How about yourself?
I'm doing excellent. Thank you for asking. What's your you have a question or a comment?
I just had, I guess it can be a comment. Well, kind of a question, but there was one instance where I was sitting at the bar at this Italian restaurant, and I was by myself, and there was a guy. He came there to just pick his food up at the bar, and then he left. And the bartender walked over to me and said that the guy who was standing there paid for your whole meal and drink tonight, and he left his card. And I was like, oh, okay. So in that instance, would it be okay to, I feel like he tried to do this mystery man thing. I don't know, some guys like that. But do you think that would be okay to, as far as giving their card? Since he did do, like, it was a nice gesture.
Yeah. Now, what's your name again?
Monica.
All right, Monica. Okay. That's 50-50, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. So I'm imagining he was sitting a place in the restaurant that was not close to you, and you noticed him, maybe you did notice him, but when you got up to pay the bill, or when the waiter came to you to give you the bill, the waiter said it was already taken care of.
You know what? He was standing up, and he was just. I seen him in my peripheral. He had his mask on or whatever in the restaurant, so he was just literally coming in and then leaving. Mm-hmm. And I guess I was in his view.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of like some feet down from him, mm-hmm. Where he was standing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let me tell you why, in my estimation, it's 50-50. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What do I mean by that? It's 50-50. It could go either way. He could be a genuine good guy who just wanted to do a nice gesture for you.
Mm-hmm.
And on the flip side, the other 50%, it could be, an instance where he's trying to, in essence, fatten the frog up for the snake, laying down a trap where everything seems like, okay, he's this good, ideal guy. He did this nice catch, but that was the front end. But he did the front end because he wants a specific result on the back end. You see what I'm saying? So it's hard to say. I'm just going to ask you a few more questions, and maybe if you don't mind, I wanted to ask you a few more questions, and then it could kind of help me kind of sway whether it was a legitimate good gesture or this is something where the guy is legitimately, once again, just trying to seem to be good, and he has disposable income, he can afford to pay for your meal, but on the back end,
right.
he was really looking to reel you in like a fish. Okay. All right. So just help me out with a few things, if you don't mind. I just want to ask you a few questions. Okay. All right. So you're saying you were sitting at the bar, you were like at a restaurant, you were at a table.
Yeah, I was at the restaurant. It's a really nice Italian restaurant uptown.
Okay, upscale restaurant. All right. Okay. And see, now we're getting somewhere. Okay. So we're talking about an upscale restaurant. I'm guessing your bill was what? $75, $80, $100?
I didn't even get a bill.
What would you estimate the bill was?
Let me see. Probably about 50 or 60.
Okay, so you said about 50 or 60. Okay. Now, again, throughout the whole time, he never waved to you. He never tried to speak to you. He never tried to conjure up a conversation, anything like that?
No. Nope.
Okay, but you could tell. Did your eyes ever lock with him as far as you knew that he noticed you?
No. He literally, it was so quick the way he came in. So, he literally came to the bar, and I guess they tell the people they here to pick up their order, and then, they just leave. So I wasn't paying no attention to him. I'm, in my own world at the bar, just looking straight ahead. I think, matter of fact, my food didn't come out yet. I had just ordered it, put my order in with the bartender. So it was very quick.
Yeah. Okay. Now I'm just going to ask you a question, and is this somebody who you find? Is this somebody who you're attracted to? Were you attracted to him, even though it was like in and out?
I couldn't even see the man. That was the crazy part, because he had a mask on. Like, I seen him from my peripheral, and I seen, okay, the guy got a mask on. He didn't see me. It was like a quick, like, oh, okay, this guy ordered. But no, he had a black mask on. I couldn't see his face at all.
Okay. All right, I got you. Okay. See, there are some men out there, once again, that are just so butter smooth. And like I said, it could go either way. I can't tell you what to do. I'm just going to give you some advice. If you called him and you just say, hi, my name is such and such, I'm the lady who you left the card with, and you tell him, I just appreciate the gesture of you paying for my meal. See, if you call him and you lay it to him down just like that, what I would suggest is, if you decide to do that, I don't see anything wrong with that, but wait for his response and see how he answers. I see how he counters that, because right now I'm not really seeing anything that shows that he did this to kind of lure or bait you in, because it sounds like this is to me, this is just me, I don't see any red flags that he could be the type that's trying to reel you in and has an alternative motive. I don't see it right now.
Right.
I just don't. I'm not saying it's not there, but right now I don't see it. But it could be there, because there are some men out there who are that smooth and will say, once again, take my number, call me. See, it's a difference between a man approaching you and he starts the conversation, and then he doesn't ask you for your number. He gives you his card And then he says, hey, if you get time, call me later. We can continue this conversation. See, he started the conversation, and a lot of times we gauge the conversation and see if it's going good. We look at your body language, your eye contact, things of that nature, and we can kind of gauge and say, you know what, I'll leave her my card and see how she plays it. But again, in this situation, it seems like, this is just me, it seems like he actually wanted to do a nice gesture and pay for your meal, things of that nature, and, got the hell up out of there. And if you call, that's fine. If you call, no big deal. But this is just me. If I were in your situation, if I were a lady, I would just call him. Now, that doesn't mean you have to call him from your personal cell phone. You can call him from your office phone. You can have, as I always recommend, have one of these $19 track phones or whatever. You can call him from that track phone, your burner phone, which I highly suggest, women you get. Call, introduce yourself. Just tell him you appreciate him doing what he did. Then you got to pay close attention to what's going to come out of his mouth after that. Because whatever his motives are, it's getting ready to come out. See, it's getting ready to come out. So what could come out? He could say, well, I'm glad you called me. I would love to take you out again. I mean, not take you out again, but I would love to get to know you better. Maybe we can do it again. If he offers that, bam, you hit him with the vetting process.
Right.
Now, if you're interested in them, that's when you start vetting once again. Give him the time, the place, and location. Or, no, I'm sorry, I missed a step. You tell him, that sounds interesting. Let me get back with you. See? That's what I would do. But again, I would not call him from my personal phone, my house phone. I would call him from, whatever, another phone, and just, first of all, just thank him. But that's it. Listen to his reply and see where he tries to take it. So there's a good chance, I'm going to be honest with you, there's a good chance this is a good-hearted man. It really is. But as I say, that's why I say it's 50-50. There's a good chance he's just one of those brothers, one of those men who are just super smooth, and his cell phone is already full. He has disposable income. Money is no object. That $75, $80 dinner that you had, that was nothing to him. No big deal. He could be one of those who well, it's worked for me in the past, luring women in with dining and buying gifts and things of that nature. And the next thing you know, the script has been flipped and you're in pursuit mode. See, if you call him and you just thank him for the gesture, you're not in pursuit mode. You're not in pursuit mode. Why? Because you firmly told him you appreciate what he did. Thank you for what you did. That's it. Put the ball in his court and see how he responds. So if he counters and it says, okay, I would like to see you again, is that possible? Then that's when I would come with the vetting process. That sounds good. Let me get back with you. I have your number. Put him on ice. And if you decide to actually, go out with him, as I always say, meet him at the location. You decide the place, you decide the time, you decide where it's going to happen at. But I think, so when did this take place, if you don't mind me asking?
This was a few months back. That's why I just wanted to reference the story.
A few months back.
We did. Yeah.
Oh. No.
But everything you said, I pretty much did that.
You did call it.
Now I will. This was I did wait a couple weeks. Not a couple weeks. It was
It was a while. It was like a week and a half. And I was like, oh, let me think that guy. But yeah. And
hold up. Now you let me ramble, and you already see. I'm thinking
no, because I wanted.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Somebody else might need it.
Yeah, that's true
else
too.
might need
So tell me what happened.
So basically, he had I did hit him from the card he gave me, and I thanked him. And he said, "You're welcome." Just some compliments. And after that, and I'm not gonna lie, because we never spoke on the phone before.
Mm-hmm.
Weird. But I don't know. Maybe he was, I don't know, had some stuff going on. I didn't ask because we never took it to like a romantic, the next romantic level. I do remember he said, I was out with some girlfriends. We were out to lunch, and he said, he asked me what I was doing, and I told him, and he said, "Oh, let me cover your whatever it was." He cashed at me, and I was like, "Oh, okay, thank you."
Mm-hmm.
But I really I don't know what happened. Like, we kind of just had stopped, and communication got real slow, and he never asked me to go on a date. So
mm-hmm.
That's why I kind of assumed maybe he married or something. And he was, I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because like I said, we never talked.
Okay. So you did reach out to him, and you called him, and you thanked him.
I texted him. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you texted him, and then, but he never texted back or communicated with you back about going out on a date or anything like that.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Okay.
It was just the nice gestures. That's all it was.
And you haven't heard from him in how long?
It's been, let me see, what was the last holiday? Well, no. It was some holiday, like a federal holiday. It was probably like a couple months, like maybe a month or two. I haven't heard from him.
Yeah,
but he was really nice, really sweet guy. But I honestly, after the communication started to get, slow, and we never got up, I kind of just, okay, he got something going on. So
he definitely has something going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you filled us in on the details. I was under the impression that this happened recently, and you wanted my advice on how to handle that. But again, you figured it out, because if he never brought up going out on a date, and then it eventually fizzled out.
Mm-hmm.
No. The attraction was not there on that standpoint, because if the attraction was there, he would have pursued it. So, well,
right.
Let me rephrase that. The attraction may have been there, but he's dealing with other people. Because anytime something, kind of starts midwise and it starts to tail off, there's a reason why it tailed off. Because somebody else is in the picture. And there's only 24 hours in a day.
But you know what? That's why I wanted to ask you.
Yeah.
Like, was I in the wrong for contacting him, period, with giving me the card, because he did do something nice.
Mm-mm.
But, or just leave it at thank you. He paid for it, and just throw the card in the trash.
Listen. Let me tell you about men. See, we know everything that we do is a gamble. So we know when if we do a gesture such as paying for your meal, you may call and say thank you. You may see, we know this beforehand. if we buy you something, some jewelry, or we know there's a chance you may love the jewelry now, but we know there's a chance you could get mad at us in next week and tell us take that damn jewelry with you and kick us out the house. So see, we know everything is a gamble. We know, if we pay your house note, things may be going good. But we know that, we may miss a house note every now and then. You're like, nah, I could do bad by myself. So we understand everything is a gamble. So he knew very well that there's a chance you may accept it and, say thank you. There's a chance that, you just said, well, that's what he decided to do. I'm not calling and saying anything. So no, it wasn't like that. But we know going into it, it's a gamble. Everything in life is a gamble.
Exactly. Yeah, and I feel like the fact that he didn't talk to me, he really didn't deserve. I don't know. Like I said, I think he was trying to be a mystery man. But
well, I'm okay. Can I be honest with you for a minute?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because you let me in on a few details that I didn't know. Okay, so let's say he gave you he paid for your meal on February 1st. From what you're saying, you contacted him maybe around May 1st. Maybe you let a week or a month go by. I'm sorry, March 1st, and you let maybe 3 or 4 weeks go by. Is that true?
Right. Well, not 3. Like a couple weeks.
Yeah,
like a week and a half.
See, there's a thing such as putting somebody on ice, and then there's also freezing somebody out. So again, nothing wrong with putting him on ice, but you're talking about 3-4 weeks down the line, you really froze him out.
Mm-hmm.
So what I'm saying is, I'm not saying you dropped the ball, but I want you to put yourself in his position. If he did that, doesn't mean that you had to call, immediately. But I think he may have looked at it like, okay, well, she called me. I hadn't heard from her week 1, hadn't heard from her week 2, hadn't heard from her week 3. Maybe he's thinking that your cell phone is full, that your DMs are full, that men are on you, everywhere you turn. So it could kind of work both ways, and maybe he looked at that and just said, well, maybe she's not interested in me, and maybe the interest that he had in you could have fizzled out as well.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
I do think, and you know what? I kind of think the way, I'm not bashing all men, like all men do it, but some of them play these games, and it's like, she waited this long to hit me up, so I'm gonna, not never take her out, or I'm not, gonna take her serious or whatever. That's just like when guys have sex and, they did all this chasing and they finally get it in their ghosting, and it's like, a game, because it's like, oh, now you had me chasing you, now you chasing me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is no damage was done.
Exactly.
You're still living your life. There was no heartache, no collateral damage. You're not depressed. He's not depressed. So that's the good thing about it. But I'm glad everything worked out for you. But again, thank you for calling in. Anything else you want to add?
Thank you. No, that was it. It was great talking to you.
All right.
Have a good night.
Good night, and thank you so much for calling in.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye. All right, let me check some of these comments. Lady Ray said, the most I would do is maybe just thank say thank you in a few days to a week. I agree with that. Later, but I wouldn't think much of it. Any man who was serious would make sure he gets your digits. All right, what else we got? Janae said, so if the card was a business card, I thought it was a credit card. The convo is doing mental backflips in my brain. All right. So, again, this is just me. As I stated earlier, it could have gone 50-50. You know, I'm going to tell you something. There are some guys out there that do gestures like that and not looking for anything in return. And that's why I posed the question, you know, did he have any type of verbal contact with her? Because, again, there's a huge difference between a man walking up to you, walking up to a lady, start a conversation, does not ask for the lady's number, and he says, give me, he hands her his card and says, slips her a phone number or whatnot and say, hey, just call me when you get time. That's a totally different, in my opinion, that's a totally different animal than a man in a restaurant paying for your meal, you know, just walks out the door and get out. Now, they both could be smooth operators. But usually the most smooth one, the smoothest one, are the one who think he's the slickest, is going to initiate some type of conversation. Because, again, men, we know it's a gamble, especially when we start talking about, especially when you start talking about paying for meals, you know, ranging $75, $80. That's a whole, you know, for some men, once again, money is no object, got to have disposable income. But there's some men, you know, they ain't spending a dime. Like, hell no. I'm going to go over there, I'm going to talk. I ain't spending a quarter. So it could, like I said, it could go either way. You know, it's a difference between sitting in a high-end restaurant, you know, and you sitting in, what's that place that got the 2 for $20 special? What is that place? Advertised the 2 for $20 meal. That's a whole different ball game. You know, somebody put that in the chat. Who is that has the 2 for $20? All right. Someone was calling from a 614 area code. I'll hang around if you want to try back and call again. We got 31 in the chat. I think we talked about 614. What is that? That's yeah. I'm sorry. Someone called from a 614 area code, but I think we discussed that. There we go. Somebody said Apple. Thank you. Somebody said Applebee's. That's a whole nother level, people. Somebody said Olive Garden. Yeah. Okay, that's Cleveland. Okay, but yeah, Applebee's. Thank you so much, Lady Ray. Yeah. See that's a whole nother level. You know, God paid for your meal at the 2 for $20 at Applebee's. But you know, we start talking about, you know, dinners. $100, $85, things of that. Somebody says that's Chili's. But again, if guys have disposable income, he still could be, you know, as somebody indicated, Miss Scott indicated, a shyster. But wow. All right. I'm going to give the 614 number. A few more minutes if you want to call back. I got 923 down here in the booth. Anybody coming down for Essence Festival? Anybody planning on coming down to Louisiana, New Orleans for the Essence Festival weekend? Guess y'all say the hell with New Orleans. It's too hot down there in July. You got that right. If you visit Louisiana, I would highly recommend if you do, don't come in the summertime. Woo! Sometimes I wonder how I've been able to take this Louisiana heat all these years. And like I said, living in Arizona in that desert, it's hot. But those people in Arizona, man, they were like, it's 103 degrees. You going outside? Say, hell yeah, I'm going outside. This ain't hotter than Louisiana. So you saying, okay, Phoenix is 103 and Baton Rouge is 89, 90, 91 degrees. What's the difference? You would say, well, the 103 is hotter than the 91. It's the humidity. I could take that Phoenix heat, when it got to 105, 103, I could take that. No humidity. See, you take humidity out of the equation, man, you could do that heat in Las Vegas and Phoenix and Tucson, Arizona. Easy. But humidity, whoo, 88 down here is smoking because that humidity is so thick. And if you're not used to it, all right, somebody said, girl, no, I'm saying, I think, oh, okay. Lady Ray says, I don't do large crowds. Yeah, don't come to New Orleans for Essence Festival then. Miss Edwards says, all right, we got a call coming in. They called and hung up. All right, DC's summers are hot too. I've never been to DC in the summer. Does DC have high humidity? Anybody want to? DC has high humidity. All right, let me see. Lady Ray says humidity is no joke. I didn't know DC summers were so horrible. Really? Uh-oh, somebody hit in from Texas. Bingo. See, Miss Tanya, to you, that's my neighbor to the west. Man, Texas boy. Woo! What part of Texas are you in, Miss Tanya? I would like to know. Man, you better... Man, when you start talking about Houston, Texas, Dallas, Texas, Waco, Texas, Shreveport, Louisiana, Lafayette, Louisiana, Jackson, Mississippi, Mobile, Alabama. My goodness. Yeah, the Mid-South is just nasty in the summer. It is. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. All right, so again, good calls. We talked about marriage. We talked about married men. Someone called in and talked about the dresses. This last phone call was wanted to know, did I think that this guy was doing a good gesture, or was he, trying to set the frog up for the snake by paying for a meal? It could go several ways. Let me tell you something. Just being honest. Louisiana, I could count on maybe 2 times since my whole life in Louisiana, I had a lady pay for a meal just out of, on that same scenario. The waiter, I asked the waiter for the check. He said the check has already been paid for. And I said, paid for about who? And he points, he said, that lady over there paid for it. I walked over, thanked the lady, whatnot. I think that has happened to me twice in my whole life in Louisiana. See, Phoenix, Arizona, I don't know what it is about out west. Maybe they have higher income. I don't know what it is. But that was common. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm all that, but man, it was like, wait a minute, they do this? Women do this in Phoenix? I mean, it was nothing for a man to walk in a restaurant in Phoenix, Arizona, and a woman would pick up the check. No big deal, but maybe that's the difference between Arizona and Louisiana. I don't know. So somebody help me out on that. Is it maybe Arizona have more disposable income? Could be. But Arizona was a very special place near and dear to me. I may go back. I don't know. It's going to take a lot for me to go back due to the situation that I was in with a person who I thought I was going to get married to, and she died of cancer. So it's kind of bittersweet for me. But it is. If anybody is out there, you're thinking about a new beginning, a place to relocate. This is just me. Like I said, all I do is give advice. I would strongly recommend you do research on Phoenix, Arizona. To me, that's the most complete city in the United States. It's just my opinion. And who knows? I may move back out there. Who knows? But that is a beautiful place. My goodness, Phoenix is beautiful. Somebody said desperate women. Somebody said, okay, I want to visit Houston. Again, maybe some of you are looking for a change of venue, but if you are, somebody said I love relocating. If you are, I would strongly suggest that you research Phoenix, Arizona. Oh my goodness, that is a beautiful place. Man, you in the valley, the cost of living. That's why so many people are flocking to Phoenix from Los Angeles and California. Man, people are flocking to Phoenix from Chicago, all across the United States. And I understand why. I truly understand why. Beautiful city, beautiful people, something to do all the time. She says, how do you do with getting attached too fast when dating? Uh-oh, that's a good question. I'll get to that. I promise you that. Arizona's got, what she say? Arizona got coyote. You know what? I'm not saying they don't. I didn't see any when I was out there. I saw, going through the desert a few times, I did see some snakes, some rattlesnakes. But somebody said, and sandworms. All right, let me get back to Shamika's question. She says, how do you do with getting attached too fast with dating? All right, that's where I talk about, see, your discipline, Shamika, has to come, Sharmika. See, your discipline, Sharmika, has to come into play because men, see, we're looking for any slight sign that shows us you're getting attached to us. And we have a sixth sense that can pick up on those things. That's where your discipline has to come in because the more we feel that you're getting attached to us, the more we start predicting that sex with you is right around the corner. Does that mean that you're going to have sex with us? No, it does not. But we start to predict those things. And one of the things you want to avoid as a lady is you don't want to be predictable. So once again, we all like what we like. We're human, okay? But all I'm trying to get you to see, Shamika, is you got to have discipline. Even though you're very attracted to him, you have to show, you got to kind of harness those feelings in and don't reveal those things too fast. Because anything that goes fast benefits the man. It benefits us. We want it to go fast. We want your panties to come off as fast as possible. We want to have sex with you as fast as possible. So anything that happens fast benefits us. That's why we move fast. That's why I tell women after the date, don't let him walk you to your car. Why? Because we're trying to move fast. If we walk you to your car, why you think we're trying to walk you to your car? We want to kiss you goodnight. Yeah, we want to stick our tongue down your throat. We want to feel on your behind. We want to rub your hips because we're trying to see if there's a spark there and maybe you like Dallas, hadn't had sex in years. and we got you hemmed up against that automobile or whatnot, you get, you know what I'm saying, hot and bothered. We're like, yeah, let's take this thing back to the house. So you have to be aware of those things, because if we pick up on it, we're going to try and take advantage of it. Instead of trying to get the first base and then get the second base and get the third base, the hell with that. We trying to hit a home run. Because like I said, men love it. Go fast. Oh, we love that. What? We met you on Monday and not Friday. We got you in the bed. Woo, we in heaven. Thank you. So it's going to come down to you, Shamika, and your discipline. Your discipline. Because we're going to test you. Well, what are we going to test? We're going to test how hot you could get. We're going to turn that fire up. The more we feel that you are physically attracted to us, that fire is coming up. Because we're like, ooh, I feel her passion burning. So let me turn that fire up just a little higher and see if I can get her fire to burn where she can't put it out. When she say, hell with it. Let's go all the way. Then clothes get to flying everywhere. Clothes just flying everywhere. Then after it, who made this song? Was that Britney Spears? Oops, I did it again. See? That's how that oops, I did it again, that's how it happens, just like that. Moving too fast. Is that Britney Spears made that song? So somebody help me out. I think that was Britney Spears, somebody. But that's how that oops, I did it again. That's how it happens. Because men, like I say, we love when it's going fast. So I hope that answered your question, Shamika. I really do. But again, that's why I always stress to women, you can have the greatest vetting process in place. That's good. But you have to have self-discipline. You got to be able to say, no, girl, clothes ain't coming off. I don't care how cute or fine or sexy he is. Nope. So somebody said, Scott said, I started talking about Jesus. She said, I started talking about Jesus. Instant detractor. Oh, Lord. Yeah. You know, no, I'm going to leave that one alone. I'm not going there. All right, what time we got? I was trying to see if that was that same 614 number. That called the last time. She said Okoye is so silly with his analogies. Yeah, man, we trying to turn that fire up. Nobody trying to cook no beans on a low fire. Well, if you turn the fire up, you're gonna burn the beans. That's what we want. We want your flesh burning. We want your flesh on fire. We want you hot, as what we just talked about. A Mid-South summer. Nobody, no. That's why men, I'm pretty sure you ladies have experienced this. Men, we trying to find your hot spot. Now I'm gonna leave that alone. We already know what that means. That spot on your body that gets you more aroused than any other spot on your body. Oh, we trying to find that. We wish we knew it. That's why we try certain things. I'm like, man, I'm going to find that spot. I don't know where it is, but sooner or later, your body, the way you, whatever, it's going to let it, oh, bingo, right there. You got to be aware of this, ladies. So see, I'm all about you ladies being aware of these things before it happens. Therefore, you could be, you know it's coming down the pipe, It's coming down. What's coming down the pipe? We're going to try you and see if you really are about what you say your vetting process is about. We're going to try you. Oh, yes, we're going to try you. That's why I say training the man same way as training the dog. You could train that dog would do exactly what you're saying, but sooner or later that dog's instinct to dominate gonna raise up, and he's gonna test you. You're gonna say, sit, Rover. Rover gonna look at you. Sit, Rover. Rover, I said sit. And what you gotta do, you gotta yank that chain. And Rover gonna sit then. Oh, he's gonna sit when you snatch that chain. Oh, believe me, he's going to sit. You go, oh Lord, she ain't playing. Yeah, I'm about to sit. Oh, he gonna sit up then. But that's testing you to see if you really about that training. Man, dogs are so smart. My goodness. Guess what? Men are too. Because we recognize when you sending us through a vetting process, we know it and we respect that. But sometimes we get weak in the flesh as a man and we like, ooh, girl, you so fine. I just got to have you tonight. Damn. And sometimes we're going to try you just to see if you're about what you say you're about. So vetting, that's a 24/7 process, 24/7. And that's why, again, your discipline has to be up to par. Because we're talking about men, ladies that you are attracted to. So you gotta make sure that you have discipline, because we're always trying to find where that weak spot is. Where's that weak spot? Where's that weak spot? Why he keep licking? Come on now, let me stop. All right. We got a few more minutes. Let's get back to the comments. All right, somebody says you ain't lying to call you. Yeah, because I'm a man. All I am is a man that keep it real. Somebody said, yes, it was Brittany. Yeah. How you think Brittany wrote that song? She been through that process too many times. Oops, I did it again. And men, we like, oops. Shit, we like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you. I'm glad you did it again. And I hope you continue to do it again and again and again. Why? It's benefiting us. What? Man, please. You think a man is worried about you sitting on that bed, you got them covers pulled up? Oops, I did it again. You feeling bad? Man, we looking at you like, girl, I'm about to snatch these covers off you again. And it's going to be round 2 or 3 or whatever. So again, thank you for the question, Shamika. But again, I'm just trying to give you a perspective from a male, a real male's perspective. All right. Ms. Scott says, so they get all uncomfortable when Jesus stepped on the scene. That's a good point. That's a good point. Somebody says, as long as I got King Jesus. Lady Ray said, my flesh is bare. She said her flesh is barely lukewarm. Janae says, don't even touch me. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. See, people, a man, it takes nothing for us to get stirred, to get sexually aroused. Nothing. No, it takes nothing. I mean, I'm just being real with you. I'll never forget, I was dating this girl, and I used to always tell a girl, when you bend down, you better bend your knees and stop bending over like that. Bend your knees. Because, boy, you don't know how I feel right now. Because I'm on fire. So she would always, so maybe she was trying to, I don't know. But I used to always tell her, yeah, you better bend your knees when you bend down in front of me. Don't do that. It's about to go down. You know, I'm not a Q dog, but, you know, I remember my college days, Q dogs used to have a saying, and they would say, they would tell a story about old Mother Hubbard. pretty sure some of you ladies who have dated Omegas or whatnot, you went to college, you heard the story about old Mother Hubbard. They used to say, old Mother Hubbard, she went to the cupboard to get her Q-Dog a bone. All right. But when she bent over, hey, old Rover took over. And if you know the song, you already know the rest of it. But that's what the boys was talking about. But, you know, I don't know if Q's, anybody married to a Q, do they still sing Old Mother Hubbard? Boy, y'all got me going all the way back. You know, I'm talking about Old Mother Hubbard. But again, I'm not an Omega. But I remember a lot of those Q-Dog parties they used to throw at Grambling State University, Southern University, LSU, Louisiana State University. Somebody said, oh my God, you were so right about wearing heels. Today I wore some straight leg jeans and a t-shirt and a very long and flooring, does that say Camino with 3-inch heels. Two good brothers rushed the door. I know they did. Uh-oh. See, hold up. Shamika said neck, ears, and stomach. Shamika, you got to have discipline. You can't tell that man that. Because all those spots you just named, neck, ears, and stomach, we coming. Yes, indeed, we coming. And Shamika, you got to be disciplined. My daughter, somebody gave me the term. What was the term they said? We're your something, online daughters or something, whatever. But you know what I'm saying. But yeah, see. Let me just help you out. If those are your weak spots, neck, ears, and stomach, please don't tell a man that. Now, eventually he may find it. But see, those are some of the things you got to be aware of because men will ask you those things and we'll try and be slick with it. You know, when we feel that we're on that level and we're trying to, ask you questions, like, baby, where's the weirdest place you ever had sex at? We trying to pick your brains. Where's the weirdest place you ever had sex at? You answer that, it's gonna get deeper. So what type of positions do you like? Oh, you start to answer that, it's getting deeper. What's your hot spots? What are your weak spots? What's your foreplay? What you like a man to do? Well, I like a man in my neck and what else you said, ears. Can't reveal that. That's way down the line. Because even though you on one end of the telephone, he's on the other end. Boy, our minds are turning. Those gears, boy, they churning when you start answering those questions. And boy, they turning fast. I'm like, ooh, Lord have mercy. And we over there hot as a firecracker. There's a good chance we hang up the phone with you and we pick that phone up and say, ooh, I'm about to call. Somebody's going to do something tonight. Somebody's going to have sex with me tonight. There's a good chance we hang that phone up with you and hit the streets. But when you're coming back, after we get that pressure off us, that sexual pressure off us, yeah, we'll come home then. But when is that? Well, it could be, we may come back the next morning. We may come back at 4 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock, whatever. But we'll hit every spot. We'll hit every ex-female. We'll hit everybody we conversating with. We'll try it all when we get hot and bothered. All bets off the table. It's going down. All right, let me start. What time is it? I got to get up out of here. 9:49. I'll take one more phone call. Hopefully, somebody said, men love our soft skin. Amen to that. Somebody said, all right, Janae said, keep your filthy paws out of my seal. Well, I respect that. She said a predator chant. Y'all got me out there. But I hadn't heard that old Mother Hubbard chant in a long time. So somebody help me out. Do Omega still say that? Anybody who affiliated with Omega? Let me see. Janae said, Okoye, you are reminding me of this date from hell I went on years ago. He asked me what was my bra size. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, men will ask you that. Yeah, they will. Why do they ask those type of questions? Number one, to see if you answer. Because if you answer, the questions are going to get more deeper and more intimate. Because if you would answer that, he would start asking what type of bras you like. You like lace, you like silk, you like whatever. Then you start talking about, well, I like lace bras. And well, where you like to shop at? You like Fredericks or Hollywood? You like Victoria's Secret? And it's getting deeper and deeper. Shout out to Fredericks of Hollywood. Oh, Lord, have mercy. Ooh, man, boy, we cried when that store closed down. I got to do a story on Fredericks of Hollywood. Let me tell you ladies something before I go. Boy, we were in mourning. We were crying when Fredericks of Hollywood closed. Why was that? Because it was a different type of woman who shopped at Fredericks. And you may be saying, what the hell are you talking about? Ladies who shopped at Fredericks, they know what I'm talking about. And man, whatever mall we found a Fredericks, a Hollywood at, boy, man, we were just sitting outside just waiting. Because we knew you shop at Fredericks, ooh, you on a whole nother level. Yeah, so shout out to Fredericks, man. All right, she knew she was bending. Nobody talked about the cues. I remember old Mother Hubbard sitting. Okay. So Lady Ray said she remembered that chant. All right, good. Ms. Brown said next it would be what color of your. That's right. That's why you got to kill that stuff. Nope. That is so right. Department store. No, Fredericks wasn't a department store. Fredericks was basically Victoria's Secrets, but the type of lingerie was a totally different type of lingerie. Fredericks was for that naughty girl type of lingerie. Victoria's Secrets is more, classy. But Fredericks was like that naughty schoolgirl type lingerie, and it was very popular. It was very popular in the 90s. And let me see. Somebody say, yeah. Somebody see there it is right there. Yeah, see, Taj the Great one hit it on the head. See, Fredericks was, man, that was we all know they got different types of lingerie. But Fredericks was for that freaky lingerie. So you knew when you saw a woman going into Fredericks, that's why so many men would be around Fredericks or Hollywood trying to talk to the women who they saw shopping. And I'll be the first to admit, I was one of them. I'm not going to, Somebody said, why do men like lingerie so much? Lord have mercy. Woo! We go crazy over that. And I know I've had so many ladies say, well, why do you go crazy? Because it's only going to stay on for a little while. We like that look. It's a look. It's, some men can describe it. All I can say is we love that look that lingerie has, Somebody say, I remember that. It's a nursery rhyme. You can get all that stuff online. Keep it discreet. Yeah, you can. Ain't no doubt about it. In my experience, men don't approach lingerie men don't appreciate lingerie like we women. I was told just come. Oh, Lord. She said, I was told just come naked. Maybe older men over a certain age like lingerie. I don't know. I was under the impression all men like it. Because if you think about it, people, there's a reason why strip clubs have flourished so many years. And it's a reason why strip clubs are so popular. And this is just my opinion on why strip clubs are popular. To me, strip clubs are popular because the ladies and the strip clubs and the strip club owners recognize that they are providing a service that men like, whereas a lot of times we may not be getting that at home. See, there's a reason why, they wear the heels and the type of lingerie or the clothing that they wear, because there's so many men that are turned on by that. And so a lot of times, ladies, in the strip club, a lot of times we as men, you know what we're saying in the strip club? A lot of times we're saying, man, I wish my old lady would do that for me. I wish my girlfriend would come to bed dressed like that. I wish my wife would come to bed looking like that. So that's why I feel, that the majority of men like lingerie, because you can see that the strip club has taken full advantage of that. And all the strip club is saying is supply and demand. If the girlfriends and the wives will not supply it, we'll supply it here. And as a man, you just come and pay for that fantasy. So why aren't the strippers wearing blue jeans? Why aren't they wearing retro Jordans? Why aren't they wearing leggings? Because they understand. I'm pretty sure you heard this. Men are visual creatures. I appreciate that a man finds intellect sexy. Facts, my ex would rip it off like Hulkamaniac. Ooh, I bet he did. That's good money down the drain. Well, anyway, got to wrap it up. No more phone calls. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in tonight. I got 10 o'clock on my end down here in Louisiana. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We got 28 in the building, 21 likes. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Thank you for the comments. Thank you for the phone calls. Let's see, one more. I'll get one more in. Janae said, I get a boost from having deep conversations, love long phone calls, and intimate talks. That's foreplay, honey. Wow, good point. So again, thank you for tuning in. I really, really appreciate it. Everybody have a good night, and I will see you on Monday. Have a good evening. Ciao. All right, good night. Thank you.